Here is the Mac book that you can see. This is a Mac. And then we have here Windows. Okay. This is a Windows systems. I'm going to run the client on, I'm sorry, the server running on Mac. I'm going to choose only one protocol, TCP. Okay, TCP protocol. The server is going to set up and run on Mac, and then TCP client will be set up and running on Windows. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is to find out the IP address. Assumption here is both the server and client right now are not having public IP address. So both are running under the same router, so that we can get the IP address for each Windows systems and Mac. Okay, how can you get? Here's you need to get. Config. If it is Linux, then there is a new version of the command called IP, and then address. Then you can get IP address. But this is a little bit old ones. So you, the command is ifconfig. So if you put ifconfig and then choose the IP that you think it'll be for you. Right now, try to find out. Here, EN0. Then there is a 168.168.101. Similarly, here's Windows. On Windows, you need to type ipconfig. If it's ipconfig, then you can get the IP address for this. Here, wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi. So that is 192.168.68.129. So now you can see clearly they are under the same router. So this client, first of all, this Mac IP should be addressed on the client program. So back here on Windows, I already got here TCP IP address 192.168.68.101. This port number remains the same as previous. And then this function, I added more server IP and port. And this TCP server, this is TCP client. This client has a server IP. This server IP, and then the server port needs to be connected by this client. So this server is 192.168.101, and the port number is nothing but 10560. So client is done. Back here, on here the server, TCP server, I'm going to open the client IP. So quote and unquote. There's no space in between. Quote and unquote. No space in between. Only the port number. And all others remain the same as before. Okay, so I am going to run that server program here. So what I am going to do is Python, and then the server program is tcp server func, and then I put for all.py. This is a server program. So now server program is running. Okay. And back here on my video, now server program is running. This is server program, right? Server program is running. All right. And then I'm going to launch the client on Windows. Here, Python, TCP, client func to Mac.py. See on Windows, there's a program, right? Program. It's running on. So I'm going to hit enter. Windows. And what happens? Then I have this on client. It says, what do you want to say? Stop to quit. That's a client side. Right now on Mac should respond. Mac says created by 192.168.68.129. So that is the client right now, right? So I'm going to type on the hey Mac TCP. I type hey Mac TCP. So at the server right now, any reply to attach it to the client, any reply attached to client. One before the line says here received from a client, hey Mac TCP, right? That's what Mac typed. And then this server now will say good to see you, Windows. Okay, I want to put here Windows client. See here, I said good to see you, Windows client, right? So if I hit enter and back here on Windows, it says returned from server. Server reply to hey Mac TCP. So there's my server reply to hey Mac TCP. So there's my right. I wrote that. A client wrote that, and then the reply from the server was good to see you, Windows client. Right. So at this point, if client stop the communication, then type stop enter. So that's done. And when it comes here, the server says bye, and it is done. All right. So what is the point? And Mac, our platform, is good for running, good to run the server programs. Windows cannot run the server programs unless we do some additional features installed. Windows by nature is a good platform for client. So we use Windows as client and Mac as a server.